All right, hey there, guys. Happy Sunday night. We are live chatting about a lot going on this week. We have a little bit of everything aside from rain. We're not expecting anything in the next 7 to 10 days. If you're farther west near the Rio Grande, maybe a shower in the evening time, but otherwise most of us will stay dry and weather will stay hot for all of this week. So not much change is in the forecast. However, there are a couple of things to talk about, so we'll dive into detail on that in just a bit. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Anything regarding traveling across the state or the nation, we can always go into detail about that. We have a lot at our disposal. We can check radar and satellite and rain anywhere across the country and the upper level pattern as well. So feel free to comment down below. Hello, Tessie. Good evening. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's hot out there. We had 100 degrees today, which is the 15th day so far this year. We've hit 100 plus. So it's only early July, so we have a lot of time to catch up. As a matter of fact, if we're, if we keep at this pace, we could easily be near some all-time records by the end of summer, late August, early September. And to keep in mind, we've hit triple-digit heat as late as late September. So we have a lot more time to go in this summer pattern. Before we get to that, let's rewind it back and show you this right here. If you are big on stargazing, for example, there is something to see out there tonight. And after sunset will be the better time to see it. To see a better vantage point, to get a better vantage point, get away from light city pollution. If you can go deeper out west, away from the city of San Antonio, it'll be a little bit better to see this in the night sky. But for tonight, you'll be able to see Mars, Venus, and Regulus, which is the brightest star in the Leo constellation. So something to keep in mind if you are just chilling tonight. If you're relaxing, definitely something to see. If you have a telescope, even better. You'll definitely get a better viewing from your telescope in the night sky from these objects in the sky. So again, those are three things you can see tonight, and it'll change day by day, but it looks like those are the biggest three things you'll see for the month of July. Okay, so 99 feels like 100 outside, 100 at Stinson, and south and southeast winds are, there we go, perfect, are keeping the humidity high. Dew point's at 66, which is not that bad, considering our dew point in the last several weeks have been in the middle 70s, so it's not dangerously high, but it's going to get there. It looks like by this week, air temperature is 100, 101, dew points likely near 70 to 75, which is going to add to the heat index values of maybe 105 to 115 at times, most afternoons going forward. So let's talk about that. Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for tomorrow. That's for tomorrow, and likely will extend this through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. Most of the region is under at least some level of heat advisory, from Houston, San Antonio, the Rio Grande, and farther to West Texas. And radar, not too busy. We saw a few showers materialize out west to northern Mexico, Big Bend toward the Guadalupe Mountains, but otherwise they're going to fall apart with the loss of daytime heat tonight. It's 7:40 and it's still 99 degrees outside. It's 100 at Lackland, 101 at Castroville, 97 at Lavernia, and 99 at Randolph. So it's very hot outside. Zooming out, hottest temperature on our local viewing area is Pearsall, Carrizo Springs, Cotulla, Del Rio, all at 102. Very hot. 95 at Bernie and 96 at Kerrville. Hello from John. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, doing great, man. Hope you're having a wonderful evening from Victoria. Speaking of Victoria, 101 is the heat index out there this evening. The closer you are to the Gulf, for example, John from Victoria, the higher your humidity values are, and typically that leads to more of a humid feel and higher heat index values, which is why you're at 101 right now. But San Antonio, 103. Good news, the closer you are to the Gulf, the more of a breeze you typically see, so that may keep the air moving a little bit more. Otherwise, middle 90s through 8:30 or so, and then slipping into the 80s by about, let's say, 10:30. So it's going to be a while before getting to the 80s here in San Antonio. Tomorrow's forecast up to 101, so a lot like today, just 1 degree hotter. Can't really tell, right? And with a heat advisory in place, high humidity will create dangerous heat indices And because of this right here, you can see between here, El Paso, northern Mexico, Arizona, New Mexico, and California, that's where it's really dangerous with this high strengthening and just setting up right overhead. You'll see San Antonio kind of on that eastern side, which may produce a couple of stray showers up farther north by Wednesday and Thursday, and there's an outside chance some of them make it towards the area, but with this in really full control and having the upper hand, we're not expecting much rain. It creates more sunshine and clear skies, if anything. Both daytime heat, that could certainly produce a small chance for rain midweek, but don't hold your breath on it. Here's something to talk about. This is a satellite image from our geostationary satellite in space. On the left side of your screen, there's San Antonio right there, and then in the Gulf and also near the Bahamas, very small plumes of Saharan dust. This time of year, June, July, August, the westerly winds across the Atlantic help transport a lot of this dust in the atmosphere 4,000 to 5,000 miles away and towards the Caribbean, Cuba, Mexico, Florida, and even Texas can observe some of this dust. And we're seeing that right now. Most of it should be, centered across the coast tomorrow and Monday, but there will be small concentrations of dust in our atmosphere midweek and a better chance at seeing more dust probably by this time this next weekend. So let's actually talk about that. So you'll see by Monday morning, tomorrow early, a little bit of dust between Corpus Christi, Houston, Galveston, and western Louisiana. Notice as I put this into motion, pretty quiet, right? Just kind of intermittent areas of dust, and a bigger plume moves in farther into our area by this time Sunday night, next Sunday, and next Monday. So about 7 days out, forecast guidance is suggesting a little bit more dust moving into western Mexico and then into the Gulf, which could have more of an impact on our air quality. So just small amounts through midweek and then a better chance at seeing more dust by late next weekend. We'll see if that plays out. So here's the forecast. Here it is right here. 102 on Tuesday, 102 on Wednesday. It'll be breezy midweek, guys, so that'll keep things kind of comfortable. Not really. I use that word loosely just because it's not going to be comfortable at all. It's 101 to 102 every day. If you're watching from Lytle or any of our south and southwestern counties towards Medina County, Frio County, likely up to about 105, if not 110 on air temperatures by the middle of the week as this high pressure dome really starts to strengthen by about Tuesday and Wednesday. So forecast highs for San Antonio, 102 to 103, a little bit of little breezy, I should say. But otherwise very quiet and not much relief. Again, there may be one or two showers in North Texas on the outer edge of that high Wednesday and Thursday, but it's a long shot if they make it anywhere near us. We'll say dry and very hot in the forecast going forward. Yeah, no one likes the dust, Shelley. No one does. But it's that time of year where it moves across the Gulf and can have an impact on, sky conditions and air quality, and even some spots, depending on how dense the plume is, especially near Florida, can impact travel and, more importantly, visibility. So that can definitely be something to watch. If you're traveling to Florida, for example, this week, I do think, especially between Miami, Tampa Bay, and central portions of Florida in the peninsula, there may be a little bit more dust on the other side of the Gulf of Mexico. And yeah, this does aggravate allergies, can always do that. It's not ideal, but it happens every year. It kind of creates that orange tint in the atmosphere on sunrise and sunset. So that's the only takeaway that's positive with the dust. It makes for good pictures at night and in the morning. Otherwise, it lowers the air quality and creates kind of a hazy sky. And notice the next 7 days, there'll be plenty of clear conditions, 101 to 102, with not much rain in sight. And we could definitely use the rain. All right, guys. Yes, Spurs Summer League going on. I'm going to go watch that after this. We'll keep it on the 7-day a little bit longer, but get ready for this heat wave as it'll last for the next 7 days in the area. Not much of a chance at rain, and this pattern likely will not break down in the near future. If it does, likely early next week, probably like July 17th, July 18th. But remember, this time of year, it can really set up for long durations of time. So Get ready, we're in the dog days of summer as tomorrow's high 101, 102 on Tuesday, a light breeze, if not a little breezy, Wednesday and Thursday, keeping the air moving. All right, that's it for weather, guys. Have a great Sunday night. Have a wonderful week and stay hydrated, be safe, and have a good one.